Hey guys, welcome back to Big Mama Energy.
I'm Brittany.
And I am Harley.
Period.
And we are back with the video.
Ooh. Happy fucking Halloween.
Happy Halloween, little spooky tales.
Yes. Today we are bringing to you our spooky tales. Our version of spooky tales.
Yes.
But before we get into it, go ahead and subscribe.
Okay. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you at it, go ahead and hit that bell as well.
So you can get all our dope ass videos.
That you love.
Exactly. Get into it.
Get into it.
Okay, so did you want to start our spooky tales off?
Yes.
All right, let's get
Let's
into
talk
it.
about it.
Arlie, I know you have plenty of them. I know you have plenty of them.
So, okay, so today is all about the spooky tales, and it mainly surrounds dating, pretty much.
Yes.
So I don't believe I've shared this spooky tale with you guys. So I want to say probably about maybe 2 years ago, I had finally gave this guy a chance. Some guy that I've known since high school, and he's always been like, you know, on my body,
Right.
whatever, trying to talk to me.
Trying to holler at you.
Yeah, you know. And even after school, he just kept on reaching out, like, how you doing? I always had a thing for you, blah, 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 whatever. So I'm like, you know what? He's a good looking guy. He's nice.
He was fine.
Yeah, he was a nice looking guy. Tall,
Right.
you know what I mean? Nice little skin tone.
Right.
He was the vibe. He was definitely a good joint. So I'm like, all right, whatever. In this situation, I wasn't really looking for no relationship with him at all. Like, I don't know. I felt like I had to really be around him a little bit more,
Right.
fill him out, blase blue. So one day, you know, we was talking, and we set up a little link.
Okay.
Or whatever. So I slid to his crib, and first and foremost, when I got there, I feel like he was very excited. I feel like he was anxious.
Okay. He was anxious. He was happy to see you.
I think he was happy to see me.
Okay.
And sometimes when people are excited, they get like, it'd be too much.
It'd be too much.
Overzealous. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It'd be like
Yeah.
a lot.
Okay.
And I feel like that's definitely what it was. And I was trying to, you know, get him to calm down a little bit, like relax a little bit. You know what I mean? I understand you're excited,
Right.
especially if you've been anticipating this.
Exactly.
Like, you know
You've
what I
been
mean?
wanting it for a long time.
You've been wanting it for a long time.
You
So I
know?
did understand that. But baby, we got down to doing the deed, and he was just doing the absolute most. Like, for me, I felt like it was too much. But I understand.
He was doing the most high. What he was doing?
He was doing his big one.
He was doing
He was doing his fucking big one. I'm talking about tag team off the rope.
Oh,
like,
he's done. No, come on now.
Yeah.
No.
And I'm like, baby, come on. And I know I'm a fluffy girl. And some guys, especially if they're not used to dealing with a fluffy girl, they feel like they got something to prove.
Okay.
And that's the energy kind of like
yeah.
he was trying to give off. Well, that's what he was giving off. I don't know if he was trying to give that, but that's what he was like giving. And it was just too much. I'm like, relax. Like, let's enjoy the moment.
Right.
Like, you doing too much. Like,
Okay. He was, yeah.
yeah, especially the first
Eager.
time.
He was
like,
very eager.
bro, why are you trying to fold me in pretzels and things of that nature? Like, you gotta.
I feel like some people try to like do the most because they like, all right, I gotta make a lasting impression.
Yeah, it's like that interview.
Yeah.
If
They
you
like, I
will.
gotta do my big one because
So she could remember me.
Yeah.
And I remember you hard.
I'm crazy.
I'm never gonna forget.
Oh man.
Never gonna forget. Okay.
Same.
Definitely made an impression. Don't necessarily know if it was the greatest, but
Right.
yeah. Even when like giving oral, it was just very much so like too much. It was aggressive, and it's like,
Oh, no.
baby, you gotta take it easy.
No, seriously,
Like, you gotta take it easy, baby. Like, what is
calm
going
down.
on?
We got time. I'm not going nowhere. Like,
And he was definitely like, you know how they say like the Last Supper, and sometimes that would be a good thing, right? because you eating it up.
Right.
But he was eating it up like he never ate a meal a day in his life. Like, it was
too much.
It was too much. It wasn't enjoyable.
He was biting and
He
carrying.
wasn't biting, but it wasn't like, it was just not good. Like, you ever had somebody dinner and you like, no, you got to get the fuck up. Because,
I think we've all had that.
It was just,
somebody's just doing the most.
Yeah.
It's not a good time.
And that's kind of how I was feeling. And then afterwards, like, he very much so wanted to cuddle and like, you know,
and it wasn't
sleep with me. And it wasn't giving that. Like, I definitely wanted to head out.
Right.
And, but I stuck around, bro.
Nice of you.
And in the middle of the night, I couldn't even sleep. Like, some spaces, like, most of the time, if I'm not in my own space or somewhere I feel very comfortable, I can't sleep. I'll be up all night, tossing and turning, whatever. But I couldn't sleep because I kept feeling like he was going to try to kill me in my sleep. Like, he was...
What was he doing?
I don't know. He was dreaming about his ops.
Oh, he was...
Like, he was doing a lot of movement. Like, and it was like real crazy. Like, he was having a nightmare or something. That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And I just felt and feared for my life in the middle of the night. I thought this nigga was going to wake up and choke the fuck out of me, grab the burner. I didn't know what was going to happen. Like, I was very nervous. So I definitely got the fuck up out of there in the middle of the night. Because I was like, no. Like,
I'm going to head on out.
Yeah. And what is it? PTSD. I thought like maybe he suffered from that or something.
Some shit again.
You know, he is a hood bull. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised if he did have like some ops or whatever. Like, I don't know. You had a hard night life.
Going through trials and tribulations in your sleep.
It was very like, I was nervous. Like, for real.
Yeah.
I've never experienced some shit like that before, like in my life, where I was fearful. Like, I don't know what you're dreaming about. Like, I was like, okay, he's dreaming about something big. Cause you could just tell, like, me personally, sometimes I talk in my sleep. Depending on like my dream.
Right.
Sometimes if I'm yelling in my dream, sometimes I'll yell.
In reality.
Like, sometimes I wake up laughing. You get what I'm saying? Like, that happens. So, being that I've experienced that because I do that. Like, I've woken myself up out of my sleep because I'm laughing. Cracking the fuck up. Right. And that's kind of crazy, but it happens. So, I was looking at this nigga like, I don't know what he's dreaming about, but it ain't good.
I don't know what you want, but I'm about to get out of here.
And I don't know how you're going to wake up. Because like I said, when I'm dreaming and I'm laughing, it very much comes to reality. Like, I be laughing when I wake up. So I don't know if you're going to be swinging when you wake up. And I don't want no parts of it. I don't want you to be choking it out in a dream and I'm the next thing next to you, and you start choking me out. Exactly. I said, no. Like, I don't know. I don't know if y'all can relate to a situation like that, but that was definitely a spooky tale.
Yeah, that was a spooky situation. I'm glad you got out of there.
Baby, I was scared.
You got out of there.
But yeah, so that's my first spooky tale.
Okay. Let's see if I can summon up a tale for you.
Summon it up.
No, I have some spooky situations. I feel like dating in general is spooky.
Yeah,
especially now in these times. This was from some years ago when I was out here in my youth, having a good old time. I met a young gentleman.
Okay.
This young man was a little different.
As most of them are.
Now, I believe I met him off the party line.
Okay.
So, y'all know it was a while back.
Okay.
Because the party line is not a thing. So, met him off the party line. He seemed like a cool boy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We met in person. He was cute. He came and picked me up. He was cute. I was like, okay, cool. Because, that's the first thing. You got to make sure.
Right, especially on the party lines on the phone, so you don't get the visual.
What you was going to get.
Unless, did he see your picture before, or was that before
No,
the time?
He didn't. Actually, we did have a little camera phones back then. It wasn't like the beginning of the party line, like when the phones was out.
Okay.
But it wasn't no picture where you got like an iPhone picture.
Right, okay.
So,
got you.
But when I saw him, I was like, oh, he's cute.
Got you.
Like, he's cute. So I'm like, okay, cool. He came and get me in a nice car, blah, blah, blah. We went to go chill. And, when we went to go chill with this man, when I went to go chill, I said we. When I went to go chill with this man, I know. Sometimes me and my, we rolled up on him. No, I went to go chill with this man. And that was fine, well and good. I was like, okay. He was a little bit emotional, like from what I remember on getting to know him. over the phone. He was a little bit emotional, you know. And he used to tell me how much he liked me and things like that. I kind of play games with him just to be very transparent. Like, you know, one minute I would talk to him, the next minute I'll be ignoring him.
Okay.
So there was that. And he was like, I guess he was very upset. Like that I had been, you know, kind of ignoring him.
Okay.
And not put him at the forefront. Because I had a bunch of people I was talking to.
Right. Big pimpin'.
Pimpin', you know.
Pimpin'.
Back in the day.
Okay.
But, so he, you know, must have been harboring some emotions. Because when I went over to his house, we was chilling, you know, he went to the bathroom. I was in his room. And he had like a marble colored journal. You know them them journal books? Like a composition book.
Okay.
I had one of them. And I'm newsy. I open this motherfucker and start reading. You know, I am
invasive.
Yeah, I just want to know your thoughts. What's going on? So I read through his journal, and a couple pages in, all I see is like, man, fuck this bitch Brittany. She gets on my nerves. Like, this bitch trying to play me. Like, I'm like, what?
Like,
who's Brittany? He like, yeah, like, all this like crazy shit in his journal about me and his disdain for me and how he can't fucking stand me.
But yet we're here.
And he wants to put hands on me. And I'm like,
wait.
What? All right, so I'm over. I'm like, okay, so he done got me back to the crib. This motherfucker trying to get me. Like, that's what I'm thinking now.
Right.
Like, he really trying to get me. So I put his journal back where I found it. On the side of the bed, but when he come back in the room, I'm like, so yeah, I'm about to go ahead on and head on out of here. I forgot I gotta work tomorrow, you know. I'm trying to get out the situation. He like, no, stay a while. No, I have things to do. You know, we can always link. We can always link, you know, but I do have to go to work. I forgot I got an early shift in the morning.
Okay.
He like, all right, well, let me drive you home. No. Because I was scared.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I was scared as shit. I'm like, I'm not about to let you drive. No, I'm actually going to get on the bus. He like, I'm not letting you get on the bus. I drove you over here. I'm like, okay, you know what? All right, I'll let you drive me. Because I didn't want to, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm like, all right, I don't want him. I don't know what plans he had. Right. And so I got in a car, you know, we got in a car. He starts driving crazy as shit. I'm like, oh shit, this nigga is trying to commit suicide. And that's fine, well and good. But let me out. Let me, like, what is wrong with you?
He was bad.
He peering on the.
Yeah.
So we got to the destination in one piece, as you can see. But I never talked to him again.
Okay.
Like, I was like, all right, be easy. You know what I mean?
Right.
He like, yeah, you know, I'm going to pick you up again, whatever. Let me know when you off. Nigga, you will not see me again. And I've never spoke to that man again.
So, till this day.
To this day. Something was wrong with him.
Okay,
like,
so he didn't know that you read that journal.
No, he ain't not read that journal. No.
If he's watching, he knows that.
Well, now you know.
Hey,
Psycho, he probably really been some fucking weird. Like, honestly, I don't know if he's even, listen.
Child.
He was very, very, I guess, sensitive. I don't know.
Yeah, he probably was emotional. But it's like, dang, if you writing hateful shit like that about me, why am I here? You definitely trying to do something.
Yeah, I think he was trying to do something.
Yeah.
And I was like, listen, I'm going to get on out. Because I'm not staying here one more second.
Yeah.
And like, I just couldn't believe he was writing about me. I was like, wow. I'm flattered, but at the same time, I'm scared.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very scared. I don't know what you going to do, and I don't got time. So I got on out of there.
Child.
Very spooky.
This is crazy. Oh my God.
Child. And wish you well, but no.
With that being said, I'm gonna just tiptoe into this second spooky tale of mine. Okay. So I was a little younger. I had to be in my early 20s, maybe. No, not even early 20s. It was before that.
Okay, teenage years?
It was before that. So it probably was like right before my 20s. So
right,
probably like 18
or 18,
19, maybe 19. So I had met this guy. And I can't even remember where exactly I met him. It could have been on the party line. It could have been on just like Facebook or something like that. I can't really remember. I don't remember meeting him in person though.
Right.
But me and him at this point, we had been talking for a little while now, or whatever. And we kind of established a relationship with each other. Like, he was a little older than me, but not too old, probably like a couple years or so like that. And one day I went to his house, and we're chilling, you know, minding our business, watching the movie, and he wore glasses.
Okay.
So I'm like laying on his chest, and we're watching a movie, and like he's texting. He's texting on his phone as we're watching a movie. Now, I'm not like no jealous person. Like, you pick up your phone and respond to a text, it is what it is. But like, he was texting for a minute, and my thing is, he got glasses on. I could see in his glasses from the way that I was like laying on his chest. So the reflection of his phone, the text messages, I see it.
You see what he's texting?
I see what he's texting. So I see that he's texting a whole nother chick. Okay. And oh no, I'm just chilling, watching a movie, and blase blue, what you getting into today? All types. I'm like, oh yeah. So now I'm irritated. So I get up and I'm like, yeah, you can chill with whoever you text, like, cause this ain't that. Like,
that's
like what's up with you?
Yeah.
Baby, when I tell you, he went from 0 to 100 because I was trying to leave. He would not let me fucking leave. When I tell you I was scared out my fucking mind, he was like, get the fuck back in the bed, lay down. Like, he was not trying to let me leave. I'm like, I started crying at everything. That's how like intense it was. I'm like, bro, let me out this house. Like, for real. He was not trying to let me leave. He was blocking me. I had to debo my way out their house.
Hey, yo, I
threatened to call the cops. I said, I'm about to call the cops on you.
Oh, wow.
Like, it got real deep. Like,
and he was in the wrong, child.
He was dead ass in the wrong. He would not let me leave his home. It was, me and him was tussling and arguing for about 20-25 minutes before I actually was able to leave this man's house. And honestly, I felt so scared because I ain't never been in nothing like that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm only 19, and like, you was dead ass in the wrong. Like, you sitting up here texting another chick while you're laying up with me watching a movie, and now because I want to leave, you getting aggressive with me.
Acting crazy.
Acting crazy. Okay. So after that, you know, I had no intentions on talking to this man ever again in life. Back then, I didn't have an iPhone yet. I think I had an Android, and back then I don't think you were able to block people on your Android.
Yeah, I think you had to call. Did you have to call somebody to block them?
I'm not sure. Like, it had a block. It had a block option in the phone, but you know how when you block people on iPhone, like, you literally don't get their text, they calls don't come through, no nothing. So what happened with the Android, you would still get the text. And you would still get the call, the notification. But the phone wouldn't physically ring when they call, but you will still get notified that they called. So the fact that the text messages came through, that was the real annoying part, because all he would do was text me all day long, like literally texting me crazy shit, like all day long, like, I hate you, bitch, and all types of deranged shit, like every day. Like, I'm at work irked every day. So one day I just got tired of it. Like, I was tired of receiving these threats from him. Cause one day he'll be like, I hate you, bitch, you get on my nerves. Then the next day he'll be like, I love you, why you won't, you know what I mean? Answer my call, my text, like, I miss you. He was really on some shit. So then one day I'm at work, I'm in my office, and I'm like, I'm really tired of this shit. So I text him, I'm sorry to inform you, but Tia passed away.
Not Tia passed away.
Yeah, I said Tia passed away. And I know it's crazy because, like, they say you never wish death upon people. Why would you say that you died?
Sometimes you gotta fake it.
It was drastic measures because, like, what was this? I was going to have to endure this for the rest of whenever, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I did. I faked my death to this man. His first initial response was, you a fucking lying ass bitch. Like, I snapping like, you a fucking liar. So then, because I didn't respond after that, I just left it at that. You know what I mean? I just left it at that. And then, like, I guess like some minutes, 30 minutes or so passed. So he calmed and he was like, are you serious? And
he like, she really going? Like,
she really going? Like,
yeah, he started going through.
Yeah, he was going through it. And he definitely started mourning. R.I.P. So So after that, I did not hear from this man. It was good. Everything was fine. Until like a couple years later. And them talking about years, because he lived on the other side of town. And I was so happy that I've never had him come to my home, pick me up. He never knew where I lived. Mm-hmm. So that was good. So once he stopped talking to me, like, and reaching out, he didn't have nowhere to pop up on me at. Like, he didn't know. So 2 years later, I'm getting on the sub with my best friend. And this nigga's getting off the sub.
Oh, man.
And it was truly like he saw a ghost.
He said,
he looked, it was like,
bitch, I thought she was dead. I'll kill you. Mm-hmm.
He didn't say anything.
Oh, wow.
He didn't say anything, but you could tell. Like, it was literally like he saw a ghost. Like, he couldn't believe it. He just looked at me.
He said, I'd have been like, I don't know.
I was scared. I was like, girlfriend, let's get on this train. Let's get out. So that was fine. But then after he seen me and knew that I was very much so alive, he started drawing on social media. I'm talking about, he was finding my page. He found my, he made a new page. Because I had blocked him on everything.
Okay.
He made a new Facebook. He found me on there. Then he started taking my pictures, posting them on his page, asking people, do you know this girl? Like, it was just, like,
do you know this girl?
Yeah.
That's a shame.
It was just very crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about all the time. Like, he done made so many different Facebooks because he wanted to stalk me out.
I had to block
it was ridiculous. Yeah, it was crazy. He even started following friends of the family, family. He started acting real insane, obsessed. It was ridiculous. And then it got to the point where when I kept blocking those pages, he started changing his name to something else.
He's like, all right, I'm gonna change my name.
It was crazy. The last straw, because I did run into him again. This was more recent. I mean, it was some years ago. I had just started working downtown. Mm-hmm. At my last job. I remember I just started working downtown. And I was on the trolley. I took the trolley. And I don't know if he was already on the trolley. Oh, yeah. I don't know when he got on the trolley. But apparently we was on the trolley together the whole time. And I did not know. And I got off at 13th Street and I'm on the escalator. Yeah, I'm on the escalator. And all I feel is somebody touch me. Oh, God. So I turned around. And I seen that was him. I looked at him because you know what? You got to play crazy with crazy. You got to fight crazy with crazy. So when I turned around and I seen that was him, I had no fear in my eyes. I literally looked at him like, who the fuck is you and why is you touching me? Like, I said, excuse me, why is you touching me? He told me something, oh no, ain't your name? I said, I don't know, you don't put your hands on me. Yeah. And he just stood there shooketh. You gotta fight crazy with crazy because I feel like if I would have turned around and I had any fear in my eyes, that's when he would have really
that would have excited him.
That would have excited him. Right now. So I had to turn around like, yeah, nigga, don't put your hands on me. Yeah. And after that, I've never seen him again, heard from him again. Is he still out there lurking and acting crazy? Probably so. But yes.
He might be out there.
Yeah, he might be out there. And I'm just thankful that he never knew my location, right, where I work, where I live, because that would have been crazy.
Yeah. The cops will be called.
Oh, definitely. And you might get stabbed because, like, don't play with me. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm a nice person, but, like, you know what I mean? I ain't Harley Quinn today for nothing.
Exactly. Don't try it.
Please don't. Don't do it. Please don't do it. So yes, that's my spooky tale number 2.
That was quite spooky.
Yeah, very much. Very strange.
I remember him vividly. That was very scary.
We won't speak of his name.
We're not gonna speak of his name. Very scary.
It's almost like if you say Candyman, he might appear. He might. He might appear. So
he might appear.
Yeah, we going zip that one up.
Zip that up. Throw it in the vault.
Yes, please and thank you.
Interesting. So this is a story about a girl. No. story of when I met one of my boyfriends. Okay. So I was walking down the street. Let me give you some backstory. My friends at the time told me about a girl. She told me about a girl that was a friend of hers.
Okay.
And how she used to get abused by this guy.
Okay.
And I'm like, damn, that's really messed up. You know, I knew her. I knew the girl of the girl. I was like, wow, she really gets abused by that guy. That's crazy. She need to leave him alone, whatever. He used to, you know, drag her down the street. He used to push her out cars, shit like that. And I was like, wow, that's a shame. Like, I hope she, you know, stop dealing with him.
Right.
Boom. I'm walking from school one day. Okay. And this car pulls up on me. And I'm like literally tearing this bag of cheese curls up. Like, you know how you really in the bag just. And I'm like, you know, he like, damn, you fucking that shit up. And I was like, who the fuck? I'm like, you're Joe and shit. Like, anyway, you know, I kept walking. He like, come here, I like you though. Like, I'm like, oh gosh. Like, you know what I mean? He was a cute guy, dark skin. He had braids. I thought he was funny, you know. Right. So I gave him my number, whatever. So we started talking. Mm-hmm. You know, let's say he told me his name was Akeem. Okay. I'm like, okay, you know, cool. I'm like, yo, I said to my friends, like, I'm in a guy. He's tall, dark skin, whatever. Nice guy. We had been, you know, kicking it after that. He took me out to eat, took me to breakfast. Like, he seemed like a cool guy. As we got closer, he ended up coming over to my house. He met my mom. Like, my mom thought he was funny as hell, whatever. So I'm like, I really like him. Like, you know, and as time went on, I was like, all right, he asked me to be his girlfriend. I'm like, okay, cool. Right. You know what I mean? And it was just like this physical attraction. He was funny as hell. I really liked him. He seemed like a gentleman, you know, all this stuff. He was a little older, but that was fine. So it came a time where he was, you know, at my house one day. We was chilling, and I'm like, oh, my friends is about to come over. So he's like, all right, well, that's cool, babe. You chill with your friends. I'm about to head out. And my friends came over. My friend came in, and my other friend came in, and he was walking out, like he's on his way, walking out the door. As they was coming in, my friend just, like, as she sees him, she just, and I looked at her face, I'm like, you know how you peep something? Right. Cause I'm like, oh, like, what, she used to talk to him or something? Right. Like, you know what I mean? So he leave, he like, all right, babe. He leave out. She's like, Brittany. I'm like, what? She's like, do you know who that is? Who? I'm like, who is it? Right. I was like, that's the one I was telling you about, Akeem. She's like, that's not no fucking Akeem. I'm like, what you mean? She like, let's say, that's the boy Riz. We're gonna call him Riz. Okay. And I'm like, Riz? Because I done heard a lot about Riz. Right. Riz was the guy who was dragging that girl out of cars and beating her up. Who was the girl's ex-boyfriend? Right. I'm like, that ain't no Riz, though. I said, he said his name was Akeem. She said, that is Riz. She was like, I did not know that's who he was talking about. I said, well, he didn't tell me his name was that. He told me his name was Akeem. She like, yo, he's crazy as shit. She's like, oh my God, I did not know that was who you was talking to.
It's the fact that he gave you a whole different name, like, sir.
So I'm like, oh my God. She like, yo, he never got crazy with you? Like, no. This man is nice as hell. Like, he's never treated me any kind of way. Like, he been a perfect gentleman. She's like, yo, he be beating girls the fuck up. I'm like, not the late. That's nothing funny about it. But I just was like, I was really taken back. Like, that's not the same person you talking about. That can't be.
This can't be, right.
This cannot be. Like, this is my boo. That's him. She's like, yo, that's him. She's like, that's why I looked at him like I seen a fucking ghost. I was like, oh my God. So, you know, it was a conundrum. I'm like, I asked him, like, is your name Riz? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He like, well, I go by Akeem, but yeah, that's one of my names. You know, and I'm like, one of your names.
A nigga with multiple names, you can't
multiple
really trust.
Aliases.
Yeah, you can't really trust them. Look.
I'm like, you used to go with Boom Boom Boom. He like, yeah. I said, oh my God. Like, I just was mortified. Right. I was scared as shit because I'm like, and I'm talking to him on the phone. Right. Because I ain't really want to have this conversation personally. Right. You've been known to choke a bitch. I don't want to be one. Right. Exactly. So, he like, yeah, that's, you know, that was the past. Like, you know, we used to be real toxic together. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I don't want to talk to this nigga because, like, I just can't. I feel like once you put your hands on a woman several
Right.
times, I mean, I don't know what you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I asked him, like, this what you get into? Like, you usually be putting your hands on people? Like, let me know. He's like, it's something different about you.
I'm sure you.
It's gonna get there. Yeah, it
Right.
probably was something different about them too until they made you mad. You
Right.
know what I mean? So I stopped talking to him because I was like, I can't do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't. I just can't. I've never been in an abusive relationship and I wasn't trying to be in one.
Yeah.
So I stopped talking to him. Once he figured out I stopped talking to him, he would start stalking me. He parking outside my mom's house, waiting for me to come outside. Like, I'm like, yo, is that car out there? Like, it got real. Like, this man, I would always see him walking down the Ave. I'm like, oh God, like I was trying to like double back on one-way blocks. Like, this nigga definitely was following me for a while. But then, thank God, he ended up getting locked up.
Oh God.
I said, whew.
Yeah.
He ended up getting locked up, and I'm like, well, why? Like, he called me from jail, and I'm like, I don't do jail. I tell people when I talk to them, like, I don't do jailbirds. Like, I just don't. That's not what I do. So if you get locked up, good luck. Like, I'm not, unless you're my peoples, I'm not doing it.
Right.
So he's writing me hateful mails from jail, telling me how you want to choke the fucking shit out of me when he get out, and all kind of shit. I'm a that ass bitch because I'm not riding all the... Listen, send back to sender. Return to sender. Like, I'm not, I done told you, that's not what I'm doing. And I found out why he went to jail. He went to jail for a scrape charge. Yeah. Like a whole cycle.
And I'm glad you got away from that.
I'm glad I
like, honestly, like, all jokes aside, like, yeah.
Exactly. Like, he was really a psychopath.
A sick fucking psycho.
And honestly, he blended in with normal society. I would never have thought.
Right. But
had my friend not told me that, I would never have known.
Right.
Until it was too late.
Exactly.
Hands and feet.
And that was number God for them to walk in at the same time he was walking out. He was meant to be seen that day.
Yes, he was meant to be identified.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Lord knows what would have happened. That was some spooky shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my God, and like had never talked to him again. And like years later, he was reaching out on Facebook, and I had to block him on Facebook. He was still threatening me. It had been like 5 years.
Yeah, they was still like, go.
He was like, bitch, I'm going to kill you when I get out. And all. I said, oh no, blocked. And I would, the cops will, you be back in there. So, I mean, it's spooky out here. So please be careful.
You different until you rejected him.
That's what I'm saying. Now his real true colors came out.
Real true colors.
And I'm like, whatever they said you did that shit.
Definitely
and that's exactly why you in jail now. Like, no. Yeah. It was crazy. But that was definitely one of the spookiest encounters that I've had.
Yeah, no, for sure. That shit is creepy. Especially like not knowing that you vibing like that with somebody that's so dark and devilish
a
and
sick
like
fucking psycho.
Yeah, like
and I'm like laying up crazy. On you
like that's bae for real whole time.
And a moment's notice it probably choked the fuck out you. Like I said, oh wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I was like, no. And you ain't got to tell me but one time. Like when my friend told me that, I was like, no. And he confirmed that shit. I said, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
Nah, because we don't do
Because I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. This ain't that.
Yeah, not at all.
I ain't even gonna give you a chance.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you don't even get a chance to put your fucking arms around my neck.
Exactly. You would never get the chance again now. For real. So yeah, that was a spooky situation for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
That's your last.
That's my last spooky tale.
Okay. So. Those were our spooky tales for our spooky tale video. What do you guys
hope you enjoyed?
Yes, hope you guys enjoyed it. Do you guys have any spooky tales when dating? I'm sure that you do.
Right.
Cause shit is really spooky out here.
It is.
Honestly.
Be careful.
It really is. And
definitely
be careful because a lot of the stories, the stories that we told, it could have got dangerous.
You
get what I'm saying? It could have really got dangerous. So just be careful. I mean, I understand when you meet somebody, you really don't know somebody like all the way. Just be careful, and especially like people are different until they get mad.
Right. So
then you see a different side.
Take your time, and that goes for ladies as well. Like men, be careful out here because I'm sure y'all have some spooky tales too.
Right.
If you do, drop them in the comments.
Yeah, definitely drop them below. If you want to be a little bit more discreet, you can always utilize our email, bigmamaenergy
@gmail.com.
Okay, and send us your story, and we can share them anonymously if you would like. But yeah, as always, remember to like,
share,
comment,
and subscribe.
Bye, guys. Ooh.